You're listening to Kels and Madi with Roots and Rise.
Rooted in real life, rising anyway.
Yeah, so crazy.
What a small
It's crazy.
world. Also,
It's crazy.
This is a nice opportunity to introduce our guest.
Oh, yeah. Tessa Dorrell, your current Miss Oklahoma.
Miss Hokamada.
Miss Hokamada.
Hokamada.
That my daughters are obsessed with Tessa, and they are also obsessed with the Miss Oklahoma organization. But because they are 2 and 4, they cannot pronounce Oklahoma. They call it Hokamada.
It's my favorite thing ever.
I love it.
It's my favorite thing. It's way better
Lauren
than Miss
Frost
Oklahoma.
was the first Miss Hokamada that they really came in contact with because they were.
It's so good.
I know.
You
so
were the
good.
first pageant I ever went to.
Yeah.
The first time I ever went was this
Maddie
past year when you won.
Oh
Like,
my
I've never been to a
gosh.
pageant before then.
That's crazy.
And
That's
I
a
will
big-
never forget your talent. It was so freaking good.
I know.
Like, when you
Truly
got
such
done,
an
we were all
incredible-
like, because like when someone's gonna, so your talent was, what's it called?
Her story.
A her story.
Yep.
And it's basically you come out and you kind of like are telling a story with movement and
Yeah.
almost like poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like there's like a typical, like when someone's going to do a her story, you're like, oh, this is either going to be bad or great. And you got done and like you could have heard a pin drop because everyone was
Aw.
like, that was so incredible.
Thank
Yeah, it
you.
was.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
was
That
owned.
means a
I
lot.
was
Because
really moved by it.
that's one of the things that kept me from competing for so long because I did theater. I danced and all that
Yeah.
jazz. But you could not pay me $1 million to do that again. That's retired. That's past me. I'm not doing that ever again. And so then when it came time, you know, I was in college and I was like, I really want to start competing because at this point, I'm going to run out of time. Even though you can compete until you're 27 now, I'll run out of time just because what I want to do for a career choice. And so I saw Madison Marsh do her story. But then at the year before, 2 years before, maybe, it was Ashley Robinson's year. Sydney Park did a her story as Miss New York. So I was like, wait, maybe I could tell a story. Maybe I could do that. But it's just so funny because even though I did it my first year at Miss Oklahoma, I was just like, I'll never win Miss Oklahoma with a her story, and that's okay. You know, I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. So then this year, it was like crazy. And my local title ended up winning talent with my her story. And I was like,
no, I
what?
could see that. Yeah.
what? That's crazy. I
Yeah.
didn't think that would ever
That's
happen. Like I was just kind of
crazy.
like, that's never going to happen. So it was just crazy this year because it helped me be a lot more confident going into it. It's like, okay,
This
you're
is
not going to lose points on it.
wordy.
Just
Yeah.
have a good time. Go for it. People will like it or they'll hate it. That's just how everything goes in life. So
well, and because your
It's
story
fun.
is so incredible.
Thank you.
Your degree, right, is in sports.
Media.
Media, yeah.
yeah.
And so getting to tell that story of basically being a woman amongst a male-dominated industry in front of an audience that's female,
Yes,
for the
and
most part,
it's-
really resonated.
It's so funny too because my dad's a high school football coach. I have a twin brother. I never really thought about the fact that I was like the lone woman in a lot of the rooms I walked into. Because even just growing up, like
yeah,
I thought I was one of the boys. I was just hanging with my dad and my brother.
yeah.
So it's funny that I ended up working in sports and choosing that path because it's never been something I've like. It's been uncomfortable at times, but not until I got older and I realized, wait, like this is a male dominated field. This is different. It's just
right.
because at that point, you know, it's like how you get paid versus other people, how they treat you, how they talk to you, the way they talk to you, and all those different things. So it was really fun to get to do that because I don't know that I ever sat down and really reflected on what that meant to me until I sat in my room before Miss OSU 2 years ago. And I was about to go to sleep and I was like, wait, I have an idea for her story. So I opened my notes app in my phone and I wrote it that night in like an hour. It was crazy. And of course it's changed and evolved over the 2
Sure,
years,
yeah.
but that's kind of how it started just because I was sitting there thinking about something to do with, I'm sure it had to do with working at the ballpark or something like that. And I was just like, wait, this could be a cool idea for her story. Maybe I found what I'm supposed to talk
Yeah.
about. So it's been fun to get to dive into that over the 2 years. And it's weird to think that I'm almost done telling my her story.
No,
weird.
I think you're
that's
just getting
it's
not
started.
weird.
even how it goes because
It's
you're gonna tell.
weird.
You're gonna talk about it from now until eternity, and
Mhm.
that's. I think that there's a couple of things that pop into my mind. Number one, will you tell our listeners what you really want to do, like with your life?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening
So
after this?
after Miss Oklahoma, I really want to be a sports reporter. And that's been something that's really interesting too, because my whole life I've been so driven in my career that I didn't do anything else. Like I got to college, my freshman year of college, I worked the summer leading up to college. I tried to get as cool of a sports job as I could. So I worked at AT&T Stadium down in Texas, and I did like social media for an organization that rented that space out. And so I just worked in sports and worked in sports and worked in sports. So it's been fun because I think being Miss Oklahoma gave me a really good little break from it in a way, and trying to split my focus. Like I haven't gotten burned out on sports, but now I've realized I really want to be in Oklahoma. That's my goal. I want to be a sports reporter in Oklahoma just because that's what I know. It's what I love. And sports is growing so much in Oklahoma. I mean, I just bought my Olympic tickets this week.
Right? Same.
Yeah.
I know,
So,
we're pumped.
What are you going to? What sport? Are you going to softball?
No, we're going to go to
The rowing?
the river rafting
Yes.
or whatever it is, rowing.
Wait, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
I don't know. Andrew bought them all.
I'll be at
I was like,
softball.
Our tickets.
You can catch me
Well,
at
I was about to be
softball.
like, our tickets sold out.
you
already.
had to pre-register and like
Oh, it was crazy. I
January
was
or
like
something.
having the ticket prayers every morning, and everyone's like, "That's a little extra." And I was like, "You don't understand.
you're like I have to.
I
be
have to
there."
have softball
Yeah.
tickets. I have to go because that's my
Hunter
favorite
feels
sport to
the
watch.
same way about softball.
Okay.
Softball is his most important sport.
Hunter.
It's so
He,
important.
besides OU football, OU
That's it.
softball like thrills him. It
Yeah.
thrills him.
It's so good.
That's because he's a girl dad.
Good. Well, that's good. That's because I think softball is. Listen, and I work in baseball, and maybe that's why.
Right.
But softball's way more interesting than baseball. Baseball can be the longest longest process of your life, and it's almost painful sometimes because you're like, oh my gosh, we've been here for 4 hours and nobody's won yet. This is ridiculous. But softball, that just doesn't happen because it's a lot faster paced.
Okay.
And so I would love to be able to be in Oklahoma and watch a softball.
Oh
grows.
yeah,
Like,
especially because Oklahoma's
jam.
renowned. Like
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
OU team is so good.
exactly. And then we have such a good that was really special too, because I went to Oklahoma State University, and to see how OSU has been able to kind of follow suit with Oklahoma. And of course, they haven't won a national championship, but they show up at the Women's College World Series pretty much every year. I think last year was the first time they hadn't made it in a while. It's kind of sad for me, but I'm a closet OU softball fan, so it was fine. It was fine. I just wore my OU stuff and
There you go.
rocked it. It was okay. But it's just cool to see how much that's grown, and then how having the USA Softball Stadium here has kind of made Oklahoma like a place to visit in the summer. That the last week of May and the first week of June. It's been interesting the last 2 years with Miss Oklahoma being the first week of June. I have to go out and watch softball in my spray tan
Yeah.
and like hope I don't sweat too
In my
much.
spray
Yeah, and I look a little odd out there, but
That's
it's
like a national, like for pageant girls, for Miss Oklahoma girls, though, that first week of June is like kind of that's like ingrained, almost like Christmas.
oh yeah.
That is
And then
that-
this year
there's
it's
not
like the
much-
second week because that's the first full week of June. So we're the 7th through 13th.
What?
I know.
Wait,
I bought extra time.
what?
There you go. You
I
got
paid for it.
extra time.
It is actually, though?
Yeah, it's the 7th through 13th. Oh no.
Girl, thank God you said something because it was in my calendar as the full week prior.
Nope.
Are you for real?
Yeah, for real, for real.
Wait.
FR.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
I think actually I had it in my calendar right, and Andrew was trying to tell me that I was wrong. But
Well, Maddie's always right, and that's just the truth. It's just the truth. Can we get into? I want to know because I think that we've heard a lot from different pageant girls, from different girls who have like held not just the state titles but the national titles, and
Mhm.
that there's like challenges that come with winning, and but like, can you tell us like the greatest memory that makes you
Oh.
like guffaw and laugh? And we could talk about challenging things all day long, but I think that the biggest thing that I want everyone to take away from this is I stand on business when I say that Miss Oklahoma was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. I will promote it until the day I die. The idea of my girls ever wanting to be a part of it thrills me, even though that will be their choice. But
Mhm.
like, I love it so much. I know that there are challenges. You're welcome to talk about those. But I do want to think, like, is there a moment or a memory in your mind where you're like, yes to this memory?
This was the best thing ever.
This was it.
Well, I guess first, I always like to say, for me, I didn't compete for so long. So I really never thought I was going to be Miss Oklahoma. So the fact that I am, yes, things can be hard, but like no matter what happens, when I wake up and when I go to sleep, I remember what a privilege it is to be Miss Oklahoma. So it really can't be that bad.
right.
Like, you hear so much about your experience competing at Miss America and all these things. They're like, it's so chaotic, it's so crazy. But my thing is, it's chaotic and crazy at Miss America. There's not many people that get to do that.
Yeah.
So I
It
think
should
that's,
wouldn't it be weird if it was not chaotic and crazy?
Yeah. yeah,
And
that
you were
would
like,
be strange.
well, what a peaceful,
This
restful
What a
experience.
restful
Thankful
experience
I'm
that
so
was.
glad I got my sleep. It's like,
Exactly.
what on earth are we
Exactly.
talking about?
That would be so strange. But that's the big thing. So I think that's helped me see a lot of the small things is some of the big moments. But I mean, getting to do the Thunder Parade, that was ridiculous.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
That
that
was
is
ridiculous.
Wasn't that like almost right after you won?
Yeah, it was like the week after.
Oh
And
my
I looked
gosh.
at Lauren Frost. I said, listen, if this has happened now, Miss America better be great because this is peak moment for me.
This is
Like,
a peak
is-
moment.
This, I mean,
This is
It's a
it.
peak moment.
This
especially
is
as
good.
a woman in sports.
Oh,
Like you're like,
It was crazy. It was the best experience. Oh, it was so good. And then but recently, I got to fly in a C-17 at Altus Air Force Base, and I'm scared of heights. So,
me
it's-
too. My stomach just dropped.
oh yeah, well.
Mm.
So there's a dad of a former Miss Altus teen, Harley Snap, Mr. Snap. His name is JP Snap, and he was
Such a
super
cool
awesome.
name.
No, it's so cool. And then he's like for real, like real serious man, but he gives girl dad vibes. So it was like such a cool thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, do you get motion sickness? The answer is yes, but I lied and said no. And then he was like, are you scared of heights? The answer is yes, but I lied and said no. And so he's like, okay, well, we're going to go fly in a C-17. And last year, Lauren got to do the simulator and stuff, but I guess not actually go up in the air and do the C-17. So we got to go up. And a fact about me is my boyfriend is aerospace mechanical engineer and my twin brother is an aerospace mechanical engineer. So this was the first day I could make them jealous with what I was doing as Miss Oklahoma. And we go up and we got refueled in the air, which I didn't know that was as dangerous as it was. So another plane is like this, and we're underneath it like this close. Like you can see the bottom of this plane, which typically in life, I guess that should be a really scary thing. I don't know why that didn't scare me as much as it should have.
Now you're thinking about it.
Yeah, now that I
You're
think
like,
about it, that's
hindsight
actually really
2020.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, that's too close. But so it refueled us, like gave us more jet fuel while we were in the air, which is something they have to practice. So then that happens, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna go downstairs, and you're gonna put on your harnesses." And I was like, "Cool, got it."
Cool.
So why do I need a harness? And they're like, "Well, we gotta like strap you in the straps and everything." And I was like, "Okay." So we start walking to the back of the plane, which it's a C-17, so that means cargo. So it carries cargo. So they have one of those cargo gates. And I was like, am I about to have my Avengers moment? Is this about to happen? I'm really scared of heights, so I don't feel like I'll take this as cool as like Black Widow in the Avengers.
I'm like clenching.
But like, no, it was it was crazy. And so they're like telling you, they're like, okay, so this harness holds a lot of weight. And I was like, I get that. I don't care. Like, that's not the point. The point is if I can stare at the ground in a moving plane, I'm good. Like, that's nuts. I don't think I can do that.
No.
Physically make myself do that.
no.
So they strap us in these harnesses, and I'm sitting on the ground, like praying. I'm like, Lord, I know I'm going to be safe, but like,
but am I?
am I? Am I okay?
Yeah.
Is this an okay moment? And I'm holding hands with the Miss Altus at the time and the Miss Altus teen. And we're all looking at each
The
other.
teenager was up there.
She was up there too, and she was
Oh,
handling
good
it
Lord.
like a dog. And I'm over here like ready to cry, but like can't cry because I have on fake
Been fired
eyelashes.
on
She's like,
the
I'm Miss
spot.
Oklahoma. Get
I
it
can't,
together.
no, I can't do this. And then the thing was too was the motion sickness. Is you're sitting there in that plane and it's made for cargo, not humans, and cargo can't get plane sick. So humans can. And Riley got really sick up in the flight just because you were shaking, but I was like, I can't. If I tell my brother I throw up in this plane, he's going to make fun of me forever. So then they start dropping the cargo gate, and it's dropping. And I was like, ain't no way. And I was pretty convinced that
So
we
the
were just
cargo
going to
gate
sit
is
there.
like basically the back of the plane
Yes.
opening up.
Yes.
So that Avengers moment where people are dropping off the cargo gate that flips down in the middle of the air.
Yeah.
This was happening while you were flying,
Mhm.
whilst in the air.
Yeah, I didn't have a stunt double. And so they had me in the
Fierce.
strap and the harnesses, right? And everything. And those two girls, Riley and sweet Allie, the teen, just stand up. And I look at them and I was like, I know y'all aren't about to walk to the edge of that cargo thing. But that's what the officers in the air, that's what they were doing. They're like, yeah, y'all can come sit on the edge of this cargo plane. And I was like,
Isn't it gonna suck
In
you
what
out?
world?
and they didn't pray about it or nothing. They just stood up and started walking down there. And I was like, y'all didn't ask, you didn't pray, you didn't think about it, you're just ready to walk on down there. And they're like, well, yeah, we're up in the air. So they had to drag me. Like there's a really funny video on a GoPro somewhere, and I'm not kidding. Like I'm sitting on my butt and they're dragging me because I was like,
But
I
is
don't
there
know.
not how do you not get sucked out? Is my-
That's
don't
the
know.
harness, right?
don't.
You're connected.
yeah, you're like connected to the floor. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. And you have on this bubble helmet. I really look one of my best looks of the year. Is this giant helmet. I had on a slick back. So I just look like a bobblehead. There's no hair, nothing. It's just like I'm an orb. I look like an Orby with goggles on. And so I was like, I can't walk down there. But then they dragged me, and then I got down there. And that was the craziest thing ever. Because we flew through to Colorado that day and came back, and we were over like a river. We were over like a river in Texas. It was the craziest thing ever. we went so far and you had no idea, but then you're looking down and you just see
How long
like the
were
Red
you in
River was
this
down
plane?
there and it was nuts. That felt like 8 years when you're scared, but I think we were only up there for like a couple hours. Yeah.
This is unreal.
Yeah, that happened. So that's probably the craziest moment because I was like, how did we get to do this? And they were like, yeah, we've only had like 5 civilians do this here at this base. And I was like, why'd y'all
So
pick
like
me?
2 once in a lifetime
Yeah.
situations.
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
And that one, I feel like, you know, if you're not a sports fan, you can still feel how crazy that was and
Oh,
how cool of
yeah.
an experience. You know, the Thunder one, I don't know. If you're a Pacers fan, you're not going to think that's very cool. But,
I
you
mean,
know,
getting to be in that parade of
Oh, yeah.
such
It's so cool.
enormous like pride and victory and
Mhm.
celebration, that's pretty cool.
Pretty
Oh, yes.
massive.
Oh, yes. And it's funny because I ran the Oklahoma City half marathon a couple months before that. And I was like, oh, this is the most people that I've ever seen in Oklahoma City. It's crazy that we can even get this many
Yeah.
people. And then we win the national championship. And it's like,
oh,
I think we doubled it.
Yeah.
I think it doubled. So it's really cool. Those are probably the big crazy moments, but I love visiting schools. Both my parents are teachers. So going to schools is just the best ever. And especially small schools.
Yes.
And like the fun little mascots I've gotten to see in Oklahoma. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. It's the best. The fighting donkeys are my favorite.
Oh, fighting
Where was
donkeys.
that?
Bray Doyle, Oklahoma.
Ray
They gave me
Doyle.
merch too. So that was cool.
Ray
Where-
Doyle,
so
that
where
was
are you
cute.
originally
That's cool.
from?
That
Where'd
was
you
cute.
grow up?
I'm from Jones,
Oh,
Oklahoma.
Okay.
So not far away
Yeah,
at all.
not at all.
But, and it's funny because I used to be like, I'm from a small town. And then you're Miss Oklahoma.
And you're like,
And you go to places where you're like,
This is not a small town.
yeah, I was like, I lost
Mhm.
that right immediately when I showed up in Arnett. And I was like, well, where do you get groceries? And a kid goes, we grow it. I was like,
We grow it, he said.
yeah. And I believe him. I'm like, there's not, well, what I thought about was like, you know, as a gal who wears makeup, where do you get your makeup? I don't know if they
Yeah.
grow that too. I don't know what they're doing out there, but I'm like, okay.
You know what? You could actually. I saw a woman put some beets on her face.
I won't be doing that. That's,
No.
I wish
I
I
saw
could.
someone do it, and it looked good.
yeah.
I'm sure it would. It's
It was
just like a little cheek
it
stain.
was giving Wuthering
It was
Heights.
giving, I was going to say,
It was giving Wuthering Heights.
back in the
A
day.
hyperfixation.
I haven't seen that yet.
Kelsey's
great?
seen it 72 times.
Are you
Mhm.
serious?
And I bought it immediately as it was available on the
amazing.
31st of March.
That's amazing. I need to go
course
see.
you
I need to
did.
go see it.
No, you
need
just
to
watch
see
it. Watch it in your home. Know that it's very sexy, and I love it. But this is so. Speaking of sexy, George.
George.
Speaking of sexy.
George, Speaking of sexy, little kitty cat.
George.
Okay, so funny that we talk about schools because Tessa came to Keller's school.
I heard about this.
Getting to watch her presentation was really, really special, but also a very select few group of women I feel like can truly captivate age ranges from literally pre-K,
Ugh, it was so
preschool through 5th grade.
Right.
And my thing is I'm like, has that always been a thing? Have you always been able to? Did you have to learn it? How
Yeah.
did you learn it?
Well,
Do you know? And then there are girls that are competing, and you're like, I know some people that have it naturally. There's some that are gonna have to work at it. How do they work at it?
yeah, I feel like for me, I've had like, I don't know, leadership roles and things in college where I got to go and talk to different age ranges, like just as a woman in sports from that lens of things. And I've watched my parents work with high school age students, middle school age students. So I feel like those were kids that I knew how to talk to. And even last year before Miss Oklahoma, I went to about 15 schools. But the thing with that was they weren't elementary schools. They were all middle school and high school, and maybe one elementary school, Russell Babb Elementary, in Hera. But that's 5th graders, 4th and 5th graders. So it was really fun this year to try to figure out, okay, like I don't want to make it in a way where we don't talk about the things that are important to me, like empathy and walking in other people's shoes. My goal was I still want them to learn that. Like I don't want to take that away and just be up here and talk about being Miss Oklahoma. Like I
Right.
want them to take away something from it. So it was really fun because I got to talk to formers about it and talking to Kay Alexander, our director, and things of how can I make this work. But it was really fun to go into my first elementary school and get to see how the kids reacted. And I was like, okay, like I can do this. This will work just fine whenever I go into younger age groups. But I think last year really helped me because I did go to the 15 schools and I was like, okay, I can do it. Like I can make it happen. You can't think about it as the big thing when you go into schools. Because if you're up there and you're really thinking about your presentation, they're gonna be like, oh, she's bogus. She's not real.
Right.
Like
She's
this is
bogus.
ridiculous.
You're
She's
actually
bogus.
there to connect.
Exactly. And so it's been really cool because I think I've kind of learned how to adapt as the kids are listening. And I've talked to age ranges. I went to Ryan, Oklahoma, tiny, tiny school. And I talked to their 3-year-old group. They have a 3-year-old group to 18-year-olds in one room.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I've had to learn how to just kind of change as the kids are
Yeah.
looking at you and as you're speaking to them and all those different things. Maybe there's a certain subject I need to talk in a way that I feel like the younger age kids need to really understand at this point. And maybe I can talk in a way in this section where the older kids really should listen in and pay attention. So it's been fun to figure out how to adapt with that.
That's a skill set.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, it's helped a lot because now that I'm looking to jobs in the sports realm in Oklahoma and things like that, I've learned, I'm like, okay, I'm not as spooked by much.
No. You
Like,
can
I
handle
just-
it all.
I mean-
I'm like looking at you. I'm like, yeah, she's about to be like the sports reporter that
Thank
everyone's
you.
like,
Isn't her face?
that's our Tessa.
Her face
Oh,
is
that's so
So
sweet.
perfect.
Thanks.
It's like fascinating to
dysport-
watch. I'm like,
the
I'm
dysport.
trying
It's
to
literally-
listen, but I'm watching
I
your
texted
face.
no, Maddie. I texted her and was like, I need you to send me every item of makeup that you use, and and she literally said, I think you sent me like
This
20
is actually
pictures.
like a question for the
screenshots.
girls is,
No, where's
were you already into makeup
Oh, yeah.
or
Nope,
did that
this
happen
is-
after?
Let's pull up the
My
text.
favorite stores since I was 10 years old was Ulta or Sephora and Academy, or Bass Pro. Those.
Wait, I love that.
That's my
like your
favorite.
personality tagline.
That's it. That's me in a nutshell because I would love to go to Bass Pro and Academy. Like I used to play soccer. And so we would have tournaments and things. And it's funny because I was the girl that was like, okay, I need time for 2 stores in between games. We need to go to Ulta or Sephora and I need to go to Bass Pro or Academy. And my dad would be like, well, I won't go to Sephora. You have fun, but I'll take you to Academy after the fact. So George, you're stuck. on my
George.
jeans. But yeah, that pretty much is me in a nutshell. I loved makeup and I kind of grew up to where YouTube like makeup
Yeah.
people were a really big thing. And so I've watched it but Miss Oklahoma makeup's a different game.
I did not realize. Well, okay, because you sent me all of this, and I thought it was incredible.
I
So
want
you
it
do a
all.
liquid blush.
Oh yeah.
You
Do a lot.
You do Charlotte Tilbury. That's your setting spray.
Oh, it's the best too. I just got on that game and that's my favorite thing in the world.
You've got
I love
like
it.
contour. You've got a creamy coverage, airbrush concealer. You've got a lot of the foundation and the facial stuff. Because what
the lip.
the lip,
Thanks.
the lip is okay. The lip,
Yep.
you
And I had to
guys-
send, I was like, I have to find that and send that to you because I forget about that because I feel like I use the same thing every time.
Right.
That's one thing that I never change.
is the lip.
Oh yeah.
She for her lip, she uses everyone. Drum roll, please. It is a Whenever Walnut Warm Rose Nude from Makeup for Forever.
Yep.
Forever.
Kayla
the
always gives me
best.
these because she gets promo.
Really?
I have one of those.
It's
And then,
so good.
And then for your lip gloss, you use a Tower 28 Beauty
So you just line and then gloss.
Yes.
There's
and
nothing else.
Shine On Jelly
Yes.
Hydrating Non-Sticky Lip Oil.
because that has a lot of color to it. That Tower 28 one is the best
Oh.
because you don't have to wear, listen, I've got a lip flip. So I can't feel my lip all the time. Okay. Hear me out. I
It
can't feel
looks
my lip all the time.
great.
Thanks. I appreciate it because, the thing with that is you can't tell when you have lipstick on your teeth. So I have to be really careful because I can't feel my lip. And it's not like I can just move my lip out of the way to get it off because I can't move my lip. So yeah, like that is, I'm so jealous. I don't know that I could do that with Botox in my lip. So that one is nice because it doesn't get like color on your teeth because it's lip
Yes.
gloss.
Yeah.
So it's safe.
the
It's
whole
safe.
the whole vibe here. Anyway, we gotta. I mean, I can't
I know we
continue
could
to
just stare at you
hyperfixate on
and
that because
fawn
honestly,
for a
it's,
while.
well, look at George. Please look at George.
George is like, I see a crown.
Has a crown.
Hey, George.
So I want to make sure that you have a chance to talk because I feel like I've been talking
What was
so
I
much.
thinking of? Okay, you didn't start competing in pageants at all till college.
Yep. Junior year of college.
What
So about 2 years
made
ago.
you decide, like, hey, like, how did you even find out? It would seem like such a. I went to a school. I can't even complete a sentence where there's a wall of queens,
Yeah.
and I was still like, yeah, I could never do that.
Oh, he really wants the crown. George is like
No.
really
Hey,
vested.
George.
You can wear it. He's gone. He's out now. Well, so I was in the Miss Oklahoma Stars program.
Right when you were
So
little.
I
okay.
was tiny and I did that maybe for 4 years. I did it for a while and I loved the Miss Oklahoma organization. And especially when you're that age, you're still, especially with girls, you tell yourself you can do anything. You're like,
Oh,
well, yeah,
yeah.
the next possible step is duh, I'm Miss Oklahoma.
How'd
Like,
you get
duh.
into the stars? Was this something that
My mom was a pro. She was pro. She knew what
Okay.
she was doing. I did a little bit of everything. And then my
Okay.
dad was like, well, at least try something.
Yeah.
Like, you have to try everything in this life. And then if you don't like it, you'll be done at the end of the season. But we'll try it. So my mom knew someone who was competing at Miss Oklahoma. Her name was Megan Johnson. She was Miss EOC at the time, I believe. And yeah, she needed a star. I was there. I loved it. I danced at the time. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll go curtsy on
Yes.
with a cute little dress on, of
Mhm.
course. So I loved it. And I think about it now and like that experience, there's still so many things about me that when I was a star, I learned from people.
That's cool.
Like my favorite ice cream is Megan Johnson's favorite ice cream from Brahms. It's cappuccino chunky chocolate. Like those little things. Like it's just, I idolized that so much and all of the girls competing. Like I could tell you every girl I watched win, every girl on stage. And it's so funny, especially now getting to be with formers. I'm like, y'all don't even know. Like I was like really into this. Like this is like, I was fangirling the whole time. So I loved it for forever. But then I got to about the teenage where you can start competing in Miss Oklahoma's teen. And I think once you get to a teenager, especially as a girl, you start to be like, no, I can't do that.
Mhm.
Like I can't do that. I'm not like and I hate to say that I'm not like anybody else, but I really wasn't of the same circumstances as a lot of the girls my age. So I thought from the outside on Instagram, like I was just like, I don't have the same circumstances. Like I can't really afford it. It's just not something that my parents want me to do, all those different things. So
I think this is say this loud with your whole chest.
Yeah.
Because I think this holds a lot of women back, especially in the
Yes.
teen years, is it looks like all these other people have the means, have, you know, the help and support from their family, or have the body
Mhm.
type, or have this, that, and other, have the talent, this, and
yeah.
there's nothing that stops you once you decide you want to do it.
Exactly. And that's one thing too, was I saw highlights on Instagram. And once I started competing, I realized that wasn't the case. Like a lot of them had stories that they didn't share publicly, and that's not a bad thing. But as you start to learn about these girls, my whole thing I talk about is try to walk in other people's shoes. And I didn't realize that I needed to do that with people who competed in pageants to fully understand that this was something I could do. So I just woke up one day, my junior year of college, I was like, listen, I've wanted to do this for so long. This is my chance. If I hate it, I won't do another one. If I love it, we'll run it back. Oh, there's George again, poking his eyes out at the
Oh my
He's so
God.
funny. He
There's
just wants to wear it.
George again.
There's George again. He's like a whack-a-mole. He just like popped up. I was like, he's gonna
Oh,
do it. He's gonna get
George.
it. But I remember it was Miss OSU that year was in January, and I came home Christmas break, and I looked at my mom and said, hey, I am doing Miss OSU. Like I submitted all my stuff. I paid for headshots and everything. They're already submitted. So I'm going to be in a pageant January 27th. And she was like, on purpose? Like you're going to do it on purpose? And I was just like, yeah, like I think I'm going to do it. And so I went and bought this dress at Trader Lee. It was like $150. I had to stitch the zipper back to it myself, all of the things. And I competed and I loved it. And it's funny because Caitlin Woods is Miss Oklahoma City now, but she won Miss OSU that day. And we had this really long conversation. And she was like, the thing with pageants is you don't know who's going to win because it's a subjective sport. So if you can just learn to be happy with the outcome no matter what and understand that opportunities are there or they're not, you can have a lot of fun in this. So I was like, wait, like I don't have to win. I don't
That's
have to win and I can
huge.
still have a really good time. So I think for me, that was a big deal. And then going to Miss Oklahoma that year, I competed in one pageant after Miss OSU. I got second runner up at Miss OSU and I was like, oh, I didn't fall on stage and I placed. I got scholarship money. Like, let's go. So then that same weekend, I competed in another pageant. I got first runner up. And then someone told me about at large. So it was an application process to get to go to Miss Oklahoma. So you don't win a local. You get to basically you like pay the registration fee yourself and all that after you send in your stuff. And then you get to go to Miss Oklahoma. So I still had that self-protection, a little bit of like, I'm not going to do anything with this, but I get to go. So
Right.
like, that's cool. You know, like I get to show up. So that's fun. And then I remember at Miss Oklahoma, I learned so much from Lauren Frost. Like I could cry about it. She's an icon in my life for so many different reasons. But seeing how Lauren walked through it with so much certainty as to who she was, that was something I really needed because I was so sure of myself in sports, in school, in my family, in life. I was not sure of myself in pageant land. But then I realized that wasn't something that I just needed to be as sure of myself in every aspect. It doesn't need to change when I walk into pageant land. Like I can just be the same person I was talking at a baseball game or at OSU, like all of those things. I could be the same person I was. So I made top 15 that year and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Like full send, go for it. I lost like 5 pageants, 1 Miss Broken Arrow, and then went to Miss Oklahoma. And I was just like, I don't know. I was so peaceful this year at Miss Oklahoma. Like I think I realized I was so much more certain of who I was even in pageant land just because of everything I learned throughout the year of I lost 5 pageants and not once did I explode. Like everything was fine. Everything was good.
Because
I learned
it
stuff.
wasn't your identity.
Exactly. And that's one thing too that's been really fun is the fact that I haven't competed my whole life, but I have idolized the opportunity. It keeps me really grateful for the opportunity, but also I understand that there's still more to come after the fact. So it's been fun. It's been the coolest journey ever. And I just love it because I hope little girls who are just like me can be like, oh, okay, like I didn't think I had the means or circumstances, but one day when I get older, maybe I can do that. Like I don't have to do it right now. I can do it later and they can still have a good time with it.
Absolutely. I think that that's like a terrific role model that you've become for so many. And I think being an outsider to the organization and the community, it seems to me like I know quite a few. I know, Kelsey Cartwright and you and Addie and well, now you, and meeting Lauren. And it feels like there's this thing with the women who end up being crowned, and it's that they have this way of being truly themselves amongst a group of people who might be trying to be something they're not. Like you can't put your finger on it. But it's just such a feeling. Like I even remember watching you on stage and being like, she is just so confident.
Oh,
like it doesn't really matter what else is going on. It's like, no, I'm just here to do this. This is for me.
Oh, and it's the best lesson you could learn just because I think about that first year and I would watch videos of all these girls walking in heels on a stage and just trying to be like, okay, so if this is how they do it. But then my second year, I just walked in my living room and I take videos of myself doing it and just try to do my own thing. And the second you realize it's not a competition with the other girls, but it's just trying to be the best version of yourself, I think that's where you start to become really good at it.
Yeah.
And then you win no matter what.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, I was talking to Hunter today because he's got a bunch of work stuff coming up this week and he's got a lot of stress that he's feeling and like the pressure's on. And it's funny because he's like, give me the pep talk, coach. Like I need to know what's going on. And I was like, I think that on the opposite side of this self-consciousness and of this, of making it about yourself is joy and abundance. Joy and this like overwhelming self-consciousness, they don't really go together very well. And when you carry yourself with this exuberance and with this, it's not just peace. It's not like this false, like, I'm so relaxed. It's not, it's something else that's like, you can tell that the spirit is happy to be there. And every year I always have this thing where I'm like, I can tell who's going to win. Like I get this vibe. Some years I don't because quite frankly, like sometimes I think God is just doing it to freshen my palate a little bit where he's like, I'm trying to think. There's been a couple years in the past where I was like, it could have been anybody, right? You're right though with Tessa because there was something about you that was just so genuine and authentic that it really couldn't be contained. And it wasn't, and I think that that's something that I've had a lot of competitors like ask like, what makes you sparkle? Like what gets you to the point where you are the one? And I'm like, I think that when you seek out what makes you feel that joy, that's a huge part of the answer. And that was what you carried the whole time. I mean, you carried it even the first time I saw you on stage, first time you competed. There was joy and there's joy sitting right next to me now. Like it's congruent with who you've been and how you and who you are and who I believe you will be. And I think maybe that is kind of a part of it. Anyone who's ever been Miss Oklahoma, they've been pretty consistent.
Yes.
With who they are.
It's like the face can change, the talent can change, but the character and like the core of what that woman is stays the same.
Okay, final question. If you could have a different talent and this goes for Madeline as well.
Like I get to pick a talent.
You would have to pick a talent. Please don't make it boring. If you could have a talent, what would it be?
Tessa, go first.
Oh, I've thought about this a lot.
Go.
Okay, hear me out. Listen,
Do it.
if I could sing,
God,
like,
right.
What song? What dress? I need specifics.
okay, I can do that. So if I could do anything, I would sing Tomorrow like Leah Hughes. She sang Tomorrow, and I cry every time. I have a video, and sometimes if I need to feel something, I just watch Leah sing Tomorrow.
I need to feel something.
I just will watch that. But if I could sing like that and sing Tomorrow specifically, or Somewhere Over the Rainbow, that's my jam. Okay, my mom loves that song. And wear a yellow dress like Tess from at Miss America's Teen. That would be my dream.
Really great.
Yeah. I've thought about this.
I really like that.
I've thought about it a lot.
Excellent.
Definitely.
Excellent choices.
George is running around. He's like a
George
kangaroo.
is literally going
He
everywhere.
like really likes you, Tessa. He's never been so energized.
Madeline, have you thought of it?
I
can-
mean,
I
I
can
have
go
these.
if
I have these two routes. Like,
Go.
I think I'd have to let my freak flag fly and not just like be someone who stands up and sings, because I don't think I would be interesting enough if I did that. Because
Not true, but
I think I would need to like juggle fire or something.
no.
Oh, that's
Right?
so cool.
Can I tell you what I think your talent would actually be?
What?
I think
Her
you would
story?
have. Yeah, I think you would absolutely.
I could never compete with Tessa's though.
Destroy. Let me tell you what her story would be. I genuinely believe that her story is gonna be. It would be like
Is
it would
going
either
to be
about. It would either be about your brain aneurysm, or it would be about your getting fire stuck in your face,
Both.
or both. And be like, you think that you can't be joyful, positive, uplifting, enthusiastic, and the world's greatest cheerleader? Well, I have had fire shot into my face, and my brain doesn't work correctly, and I'm still here.
My brain
Suck that.
does work correctly.
Okay.
I just can't understand when people spell out loud. That's the only thing.
I feel like you should do that. I feel like this year at the Forbes lunch, you should like, if you had a talent, this is what I think you should do, and you should go down the
You
line.
should tell everyone.
I think
your
we should
talent.
charge.
Instead of everybody, okay, this is my thing with the formers lunch is I do get like a little bit like the formers we cannot do the sappy sobbing thing again. I've got to like
You should
reach
be
out
the
to
one that
everybody and be
plans
like,
it.
well, I've got to be like, we can't do this again. So what I really want is I want everybody to be like, this is the talent that I would perform if I were competing today. My name is Kelsey Paul. I am your current Miss, like probably Oak Tree. And I will be playing a rendition of Mama, Can You, or Papa, Can You Hear Me? From, I can't remember the musical, but it is.
No, you're gonna do a lyrical in a blow up cat costume.
No, I'm playing the steel drums. And it would be to Papa, Can You Hear Me? And this is how it goes.
In a nude bodysuit.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
I'm dead.
Like that.
I can't.
And then, surprise, I throw like a big like thing in front. Like there's like
And there's
dust.
like an explosion.
And then I show up in a cat costume and I bust through.
But
and I
it's
do.
the actual cat's unitard.
Oh, from the musical
From the
Cats.
musical. Mm-hmm. The calico one.
Okay,
That
I'm
looks like it has
lying.
mange.
I don't want to do the steel drums anymore. I want to do a full number to Jellicle Cats, and I want to start on the riser on stage, right? And I just want to be like, "Are you blind when you're born? Can you see in the dark?"
Really feel that would go far, because as an audience member, if someone came out doing that, I'd be like, hell yeah, give them
Because
the
Jellicles are
crown.
and Jellicles do. I feel like I would win talent, and if I didn't, I would be so confused. And also, can you imagine?
Confused.
I would be so confused. And also, can you imagine? I didn't have time to put my evening gown back on. Correct. So,
you're on the
like
stage.
I've got
You're a
the,
half cat,
No, like
half cat
I
evening
still have the face paint and the headdress for the cat, but I'm wearing the gown and it's like sort of zipped down a little, and I'm just like. And the worst part would be they would like call somebody else out as the winner.
You get that? You
If
get
you're
that.
in the top 5 and you're in half a
sitting
cat outfit.
You guys
No.
should do that what is it called? Not the old peoples, but the formers.
The old people's. It is. I'm 33. I'm old.
A mock pageant.
Oh my
Please.
God. Thank you for saying that, Madeline, because
Yeah.
I've literally brought this up every year since 2013 and no one wants
No
to do
one
it.
wants to do a mock
Mignon,
pageant.
Minnie, it's up to you.
It's a good idea. And then you should film it and put it on social media and watch the
It would be
organization grow.
so funny.
It would be
Oh my
so
God.
funny.
It'd be so good.
I'm going to call Hunter right now and be like, you have to write the script for this movie. It's essentially Drop Dead Gorgeous Part 2. And it's
You know,
literally
I wanted to do this mockumentary redone.
this
so many
girl.
times.
Can you imagine the girl? It's me. I'm the girl. I'm starring as the girl. And I got the visual. She couldn't get out of her cat costume in time. And the awards are happening. And she's there with her gown, full face. And she still doesn't win. That part kills me. That part is, it's in. It's
Chef's
in the can.
kiss.
It's in the can. Okay.
That is
Well,
so
Tessa,
funny.
it has been 45 minutes. We love you so much.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Time
Oh my
flies
goodness, we're
when
good
you
at
It has
this.
stare
been-
at Tessa's face.
It has been an absolute joy.
Thank you for having me. I've been
You
looking
are
forward to this for
delightful.
forever. So this is like the best thing ever. I love it.
Love you. See, it is fun because we have like a serious moment,
Mm-hmm.
but then we turn
Not
right
too
back
serious.
around.
I also feel very
Jellicle
cool,
cats
like
come
the
in. Come in to save the day.
like to say that's not happening often, but we talk about Jellicle cats probably 3 days a week with
yeah,
Kelsey.
at least 3 days a week. At least.
No, I feel very cool that like you agreed to come on our podcast.
Oh, of course. Oh my goodness. Listen, anything Kelsey asked me to do, I'll do.
Hands down.
Anything. And probably
you
in a
know it's
dangerous
coming with a
and
laugh.
probably in a dangerous way too. She could be like, do this. And I'd be
She'll
like,
be
okay,
like,
yeah.
actually go jump out that plane.
No, seriously, you should. Yeah. Is that a parachute? Use it. See what it does. I'd be like, okay.
I
I'll
have
do
jumped
it.
out of a plane. It was not for me.
Wait.
I
Ugh.
didn't like
On
it.
purpose?
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was not my favorite.
I hope.
On purpose?
I
wasn't an
flipped
issue.
I flipped out of the plane, which was not my preference.
Why?
I think I tripped, kind of. Like you had to like scoot onto the side, and then I was like, "Ah!" fell off the plane, and there I was.
They have that. They have skydiving in Oklahoma City. I saw a billboard about it. It
I
may be old, but I saw
I could not recommend skydiving in LA more. It's so great. It's like you got the ocean, the mountains, everything. It's
No, thank
beautiful.
you.
But it is not my favorite. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Tessa.
Love ya.
Love you. We wanted to give a shout out to Price Mortgage Group, who is the mortgage broker of Edmond and Oklahoma City and basically any surrounding area in the state of Oklahoma. If you need a mortgage now, you need to call Price Mortgage Group and reach out to Kelsey Paul.
Also, we'd like to thank Stitch and Pretty for sponsoring us with the best swag. If you need custom stitching done in an intricate, beautiful, detail-oriented design, she is your girl, stitchandpretty.com or at stitchandpretty on Instagram.